So she doesn't have a specific complaint. As such, she has come for ultrasound. So we start from the epigastric region. Again, first look at the left lobe. Then towards right lobe. थोड़ा लंबा सांस खींचो, रोक लो. So we see that the splenic vein appears prominent here. Left lobe fairly normal in size. फिर से लंबा सांस खींचो, सांस खींच के रोक के रखो. अंदर खींचो सांस, हाँ रोक लो, छोड़ना नहीं थोड़ा देर. That coronary vein I was talking about, it is seen here. That is the splenic vein, aorta. That is celiac trunk. This is SMA origin, and almost at the confluence we see this coronary vein. As we have seen, the caliber is 2 to 5 millimeters. We will try to see flow in that. You can see, we can appreciate the flow there. It is going away from the probe towards the geo junction. So splenic vein is enlarged here. The superior mesenteric vein, that is again enlarged here. If you measure the superior mesenteric vein, almost 13 millimeters. The splenic vein, upper limit of normal 9 millimeters. लंबा सांस लो, सांस लेके रोको. So that's the portal vein branching. So right, and the left. We'll adjust our B scan settings. Reduce the magnification. We'll measure the portal vein caliber. Upper limit 13.6 millimeters. You can see the hepatic artery. And see this. That is a portal vein. The portal vein is branching to, this is right, and surprisingly the left is bigger in size than the right branch. This is the right branch, this is the left branch, and that is bigger in size. पेट फुलाओ जरा, पेट फुलाओ, फुला के रखो पेट. We'll just check the weight. छोड़ दो सांस. We'll check various Dopplers. We'll increase the scale here. We're seeing some aliasing. Now the aliasing has reduced. We'll check for the splenic vein flow. We'll correct our angle. Little bit flattened flow pattern. We'll go to the SMV. Try to see SMV. Not very well seen. We'll reduce the color scale. Now we see it better. Splenic vein shows good phasicity. We'll go to the portal vein. Portal vein nicely seen from the confluence up to the porta. Do angle correction. Portal vein is bigger in size, so we'll increase the sample volume. Patient is breathing quietly and we see the portal vein flow. So almost normal portal vein flow. And see this, from this vein you see a vessel that is going up outside the liver, and that is the recanalized paraumbilical vein. You can see through the ligamentum teres. You can see it here, and it is going towards just below the abdominal wall and going towards the umbilicus. See that again. That is the vein that is going out, and it is seen below the abdominal wall here. You can see that, and the flow is hepatopetal, that is going up away from the liver, and this is a almost pathognomic of portal hypertension. Flow is towards the probe, that is away from the liver. So till now we'll scan for the gallbladder if there are any other collaterals. See, the patient doesn't have a liver disease as such. The parenchymal ecotexture is almost normal, but there is patent paraumbilical vein, recanalized paraumbilical vein. Just look for whether, इधर करवट आ जाओ थोड़ा, हाथ ऊपर रखो सर के पास. We'll look for spleen, what's happening there. Yes, she has significant splenomegaly. I'll increase the depth little bit, adjust the B mode gain, and look for the spleen. Measure the spleen. It appears bigger, 15 centimeters or more. The larger spleens you can see subcostally also. The splenic vein that is seen may be dilated. We'll just measure it here. We had measured there, it was bigger. It is still 1.25 centimeters, that is larger than the normal size. And so the patient has splenomegaly, dilated splenic vein. we'll do an angle correction here and look for the vein. We can increase the splenic SV size to get a good spectrum. Nicely seen. Little bit loss of physicity can be said. It is a subjective finding, but yes, so the portal system as such is patent, right from hilum to everything we have seen. सीधे हो जाओ. We'll come back to porta. Try to see the hepatic artery if we can sample it properly. That is the artery. We'll reduce the sample size as the artery is smaller in caliber. We can magnify the image so that we see that artery better. Adjust the sample gate, make an angle correction before. All these things you should do before and putting in a spectrum so that the examination time is reduced and you get correct information. So we can measure the resistivity index here by manually tracing. You can do auto tracing, you can do limited tracing. So this has a resistivity index of 0.73, that is just above the normal, but the peak systolic velocity is normal, the flow is normal. So we go back, and what is remaining is the right hepatic vein. Other things we have covered. सांस खींचो लंबा, रोक के रखो. That is the right hepatic vein here. We'll try to see here if we can get flow there. It's not possible because the angle is quite more, the Doppler angle is more, so we take a different view and try to see the hepatic vein and its flow. Why it is not showing flow? Our PRF was high, so now I have reduced the PRF, and now you can see that the hepatic vein is showing flow when it comes in the view. That is it. We'll reduce or increase it further so that it is seen very nicely. Now you can sample it. We'll check it once more, do angle correction before. That is like doing homework. You do all angle correction, all sample volume, everything you set in before putting a spectral Doppler. We'll check it again. थोड़ा सांस धीरे धीरे लो, एकदम धीरे धीरे. जोर से सांस नहीं लेना. In portal as well as renal Doppler, patient compliance is quite important. The patient is follows your instruction properly, then you can get a good flow or good spectral Doppler. I am going near to the confluence. Now you see that triphasic flow. So, except for the paraumbilical vein, splenomegaly, and dilated splenic vein, almost everything is normal in this case. So, we move to the next patient. So, okay. So this patient is a young patient, has yellowish discoloration of eyes, swelling over both lower limbs, and abdominal distension. Any history of hematemesis? He is a chronic alcoholic. So being a chronic alcoholic, we expect, we expect a hepatic cause here. As you can see, the obvious there is distension. सो जाओ आराम से, इसको बेडशीट दो. The patient has presented with yellowish discoloration. You can see the abdomen is a little bit yellowish. So we'll start our examination from the epigastric region. So see the difference in echo texture as compared to the earlier patient. The first impression is that liver is bigger in size. I had to increase the depth. So definitely liver is enlarged. That's the left lobe. Can add. Shows a heterogeneous echo texture. See the right lobe. लंबा सांस लो, रोक लो. So those are the hepatic veins. You can see little bit fluid there at the liver margin. This is hepatic vein 1, 2, 3, the right, middle, and the left one. That is the confluence here. You can see the splenic vein appears prominent. We will measure it later. We'll see the gallbladder. Gallbladder is apparently normal, little bit wall edema here. Okay, and this is the ligamentum teres, and again what you see here is a small anechoic structure that is going from the left portal vein here. So similar finding as we had seen in earlier patient. So we move piece to piece now. We'll evaluate the epigastrium completely. Left lobe is enlarged. Caudate lobe is almost normal size. That's the caudate lobe. So that is the left portal vein, left branch of portal vein, and that is the vessel going up here. You can see that vessel here going up to the umbilical region. Okay, I am at the umbilicus now, and you can see the vessel till this point. So Coming back to the epigastrium, the splenic vein, we see SMV here. Measure the start from SMV, little bit bigger, 12 millimeters. Caliber of splenic vein is again more, 13 millimeters. And while seeing the SMV, that is the confluence, that is the, and what is this? This is a big coronary vein. Sorry, I'll see with the pointer. See this. This is a coronary vein. We measure this. This is almost 8 millimeters. I think everybody can appreciate this. We had seen the same vein in the earlier patient. It was smaller diameter. It is a bigger diameter there, and you can see it is moving towards the esophageal geo junction. That's the geo junction there. This is the gastroesophageal junction, that is left lobe of liver, and see that vein. That vein is going in this region of gastroesophageal junction. So that is the left gastric vein. We'll see it again. See this vein. I'll enlarge this for you. See this vein. It's going here, and that is the area of gastroesophageal junction. So that is dilated. We'll just quickly see the flow pattern there. Which direction of flow is there? Definitely it is going there, and it has got a hepatofugal flow. See what I have done. I have not adjusted anything and put in Doppler, and look what happens. It creates a bad mess. So you should always do all your settings before putting a spectral Doppler, because it is frustrating to see mixed spectrum of multiple vessels and multiple arteries, veins together. So you should adjust your settings as per the vessel in demand, which vessel you are sampling. Accordingly, you should always adjust every settings, right from B mode, right from color, and right from the sample volume, PRF, gain, everything. So we will focus the vein again, and once, as we always say, if you are lost, go back where you were confident that you were tracing it properly. So we were lost little bit, so we come back to the confluence, turn our probe 90 degrees, see that where it is the gastric vein. This is the gastric vein. It is seen here. Now we can put a color box there, smaller one, so that we can sample only that vessel. If you are not seeing it on with color, you can just put spectrum there, but before that just do angle correction if you are required to see the if you don't want velocities, you can just put off the angle, because the ratios, they don't change, only the PSV or end diastolic velocity we will be changing on the angle correction. So that is the vein there. थोड़ा सांस रोक लो, रोक के रखो ऐसे. So the flow is going away from the probe towards the OG junction or GO junction. So we have finished almost everything at the epigas stream. We will just do a spectrum of. It is not required every time to have a triplex Doppler. That means B mode, color and spectrum. You can do a duplex also. Putting in all three together reduces frame rate, and sometimes the information is not gathered properly. So we are confident that this is sphenic vein. We will not put color here. That reduces noise in the image also. थोड़ा धीरे धीरे सांस लो. Now you see it properly. Positioning is important. So the flow is okay, around 20 centimeters per second. There is some variation. We sample the SMV. That is the SMV. Sometimes you will have to little bit compress to avoid the bowel loop. See that bowel loop above. It may hinder the visualization of the vessels. So you can take angle from this side or that side to bypass that loop there. We'll again not take color here and just put spectrum across and see the flow in the SMV. We'll try it again at a better angle and some at other place we can try that. Above bowel loop is not allowing us to give proper information, but yes, flow is phasic and normal. So then we go to the porta to see the portal vein, what's happening there. That is the portal vein. We are seeing right from confluence. We see it is anechoic, and so we don't expect anything in the lumen. Magnify, get the visualization of the portal vein here, and now put the color. That is the minimum size the machine gives for the box. I would have loved to have smaller box size, because you are getting flow color signal from two vessels, that is the portal vein here and probably the hepatic artery there. If you see, that is the portal vein, and if you put color here, there is the hepatic artery above, and that is probably having a very high flow, and that is mixing up with the portal vein flow. So the portal vein here, I'll reduce the box size again, whatever possible. Go back to B mode. Again check what you are doing, and now it is better seen. We'll directly put the spectrum here, because color we are getting mixed and we are not able to visualize portal vein properly. So that is the portal vein flow. we'll again see all whatever Doppler you do, your findings should be reproducible. It is not that you see once, get a finding and finalize it. They should be reproducible. So try it once, twice, thrice, and try to get same finding. So there is flow in the portal vein little bit. So what is remaining is now is the hepatic vein. So that is the hepatic vein. We got that angle. We'll enlarge the image so that we see it. Sorry. Okay, let us sample it here. धीरे धीरे सांस लेना भैया. Baseline we go up and see this. We had seen the triphasic flow in the earlier patient, and this is what we can call it as a portalization of flow in the hepatic vein. The minimum velocity, it has increased. There is not much difference between the maximum and the minimum velocity. There is no reversal of A wave, and this is a portalization of flow. This is an indirect indicator of portal hypertension. Now we will go to the hepatic artery. We will try to see it. So that is hepatic artery above. I will increase the PRF so that we can see it better. Portal vein may not show flow now because portal vein velocity was less, and that will not be picked up in a higher PRF. So that is a hepatic artery, you can see. So we will measure it outside the lever where it crosses the portal vein. सांस रोक लो दादा. We'll sample it again. So it appears to have quite increased flow. Let us see it again at this point. सांस लो, रोक के रखो. Little bit patient training is required in both, in portal as well as renal. Too much high velocities in the hepatic artery, lot of turbulence. Because of the turbulence and the tortuosity of the vessel, you are seeing the flow on both sides of the baseline actually. See the tortuosity, you can see that flow as red, blue. The artery has hypertrophied a lot, and therefore we can see that because of tortuosity at one point there is blue, there is red flow, and that is the reason we are seeing at both sides of the baseline. So that is not abnormal as far as our sampling is correct. So we'll do it again, magnify a little bit. सांस रोक लो, यहीं पर रोको. Better. So we have got at least 3 good spectral waveforms. We'll just check what is happening there. So I will trace the spectrum and see the velocity. It is almost 4 times the velocity of normal was 70 we had seen, or 5 times, and the resistor index is well within the normal limits, but this indicates that compensated flow from the hepatic artery for this lever. So we have finished with epigastrium and porta, and now before going to the spleen, we will just see that flow in the paraumbilical vein. This is our paraumbilical vein coming up from the left portal vein or left branch of portal vein. Remember this is very diagnostic of a paraumbilical vein. You can see the flow coming towards us, and now we are sampling a vein. We had sampled the artery just before 1 minute. So remember to go back, that is, go back to the settings what you were using before sampling the artery, because we had used a very high PRF, and if you sample a vein with a high PRF, it will not show flow. So this is a paraumbilical vein. We'll do a Q scan here. Quite high amount of flow, and it is a hepatofugal flow. So this is a pathognomic of a portal hypertension. So till now we had multiple findings. भैया इधर करवट लो थोड़ा सा मेरे तरफ. So we had a liver that is enlarged, appears heterogeneous. Then portal vein, splenic vein, SMV showed mild dilatation. And we had seen a paraumbilical vein that is showing hepatopital flow. We had seen increased flow in the hepatic artery. Portal vein showed almost normal flow. So we can consider this as a liver parenchymal disease producing portal hypertension. There is a splenomegaly. Spleen is 15-16 centimeters. The splenic vein at hilum that appears almost normal size. Spleen is not grossly enlarged here, but yes, we can call it as portal hypertension depending on the findings. And he has ascites also. So when the patient has ascites, just as you see other organs in the abdomen, just look for the kidneys, whether they are normal or not. You see all features of hepatomegaly. It is reaching just below the lower pole of kidney. There is rounding of the lower margin of liver. We'll just try to see whether there is surface nodularity here. As I said, the presence of ascites is good for us to see the nodularity. सांस रोक लो दादा थोड़ा सा रोक लो. Can use trapezoid to increase the, not very much, but there is some irregularity. As you can see here, the surface is not smooth. The liver surface is not smooth. There is irregularity, and that is again indicative, quite significant finding to call it as a liver parenchymal disease or cirrhosis of liver. You can see it. There is definite nodularity, very nicely seen with a high frequency probe. So whenever you want to see liver surface, you must use a high frequency probe to see it in a better fashion. So we finish up with this case. We have any more case? Okay, we have one more case probably. हाँ हो गया, thank you. उठ जाओ. हाँ हाँ. We have to we have to write basically what we have seen, and the first patient had only one finding, that was paraumbilical vein, and all literature says presence of paraumbilical vein is pathognomic of portal hypertension. Patient may not have symptoms. Such patient need to be followed up further on a regular basis. Female patient again, she had a history of hematemesis. Okay. And what is the presenting complaint? Fever on and off, decreased appetite, melena she has. So we have indicators that patient has a portal hypertension. So we go back to the abdominal probe again. आपको किससे तकलीफ है? क्या हुआ था? पेट दुख रहा था और so we start with the epigastric region, and what is starking is you see a number of vessels here. You don't expect this much vessels here. Let us keep it in mind that there are multiple vessels in the peripancreatic region. So पेट फुलाओ जरा, पेट बाहर निकालो, फुलाओ, फुला के रखो. We'll quickly do a liver scan. That is the left lobe, that is the right lobe. Little bit heterogeneous. That is caudate lobe, not hypertrophied. Caudate lobe in transverse. Hepatic veins will try to see. छोड़ दो, पेट फुलाओ, पेट बाहर फुलाओ, फुला के रखो. Those are hepatic veins, not very prominently seen, but yes, that is right. And that is the left one. We will see at confluence, we are able to see the portal vein. We are seeing this confluence. SMV is seen, all are prominent. And while seeing the confluence, what we saw is something coming here. That is splenic vein, that is confluence, and something is coming here. So we try to make a long section here. And yes, again this patient also shows a very big left gastric or the coronary vein, and it is going dilated and seen there up to the geo junction. You can see that these are collaterals at the gastroesophageal junction, not very frequently seen on ultrasound, but yes, here they are seen, and as she has history of hematemesis, that should be the cause of hematemesis. So we see the liver from intercostal approach. Now overall heterogeneity of liver is there. That is the portal vein. The portal vein appears patent. Many times you can see the blood flow moving in the portal vein. The layering, due to layering, the portal vein has a very slow flow, so there can be a visibility of blood while moving in the portal vein. See that, you can see it here. I will just magnify this for you. If you can appreciate here, that flow is seen, slow flow is seen. That is again an indicator of patency. You can see that slow flow here. See this is portal vein flow at confluence, and that is porta. We'll just quickly see this. Again angle correction as we need velocities. Little bit sample volume increase because portal vein is bigger. I have not done B mode complete evaluation because we had seen them in earlier cases. We'll try to do a Q scan to get better picture. Q scans or quick scans are at times very good, at times very frustrating. So you should use them with a rider as such. Otherwise, you do your own settings and try to see try to get a good spectral waveform in any vessel rather. धीरे धीरे सांस लेना. So almost a flat spectrum in a portal vein. We had seen this could be sign of portal hypertension. We'll see for gallbladder. Gallbladder is normal. There are no anechoic areas in the wall. Nothing at the porta. And that is the ligamentum teres. The vessel is not seen. So there is no. You see this? Again, that's the paraumbilical vein, very small. We'll try to see whether there is flow in it. Yes, there is flow in it. We'll reduce the PRF to pick up the flow, increase the magnification so that we see that vein again. So see in all patients we got this. So this is frequently seen. You must look for it every time when you are evaluating a portal hypertension patient. थोड़ा सांस रोक लो, रोक के रखो ऐसे. Again hepatopital flow, another finding for portal hypertension. So we had multiple findings in this case. इधर करवट लो. So there are two sides of collateral. One is gastroesophageal junction and other is the paraumbilical vein. Spleen is grossly enlarged. Almost occupying the complete screen, going beyond that 17-18 centimeters. That is the splenic vein. Again you can see the moving echoes in the vein. That is quite common. So we'll measure the vein at the hilum. Is 15 millimeters, quite big. So you can say see there are multiple collaterals also at the splenic hilum. If you can appreciate, we'll put a color. We'll see them all filling up. I'll just increase the PRF. So there are collaterals here. So I'll just check whether there are lienorenal collaterals here. That is kidney, that is the left renal vein. You see that this is the collateral coming from spleen into the left renal vein. Probably we'll check it again. When there are multiple big vessels, it's sometimes become difficult to trace where the particular vessel is going. So if we trace back from the splenic vein, that is splenic hilum, blue one is the splenic vein. And if you see, the channel coming from the spleen that is entering into this splenic vein, this channel is entering here, and that is entering into the renal vein. So the patient has third site of collaterals, that is the lienorenal collaterals. So I think it is seen now better. The collateral here, that is going into the vein, and that is ultimately going into the renal vein. So the patient has got liver parenchymal disease with multiple collaterals with splenomegaly. She doesn't have ascites. So that's it. I think we could demonstrate you almost all findings what you can get in a portal hypertension. Okay. पेट फुलाओ. Because of the enlarged varices, you are not able to see nicely the caudate lobe here, but you can measure the caudate lobe along the AP diameter as well as a transverse diameter. The ratio I have told is with the transverse diameter. पेट फुलाओ, पेट बाहर फुलाओ, ऐसा फुला के रखो. They say you can measure it better on a CT scan at caudate lobe to right lobe ratio. That is left lobe above. This is caudate lobe. There are measurements available about both dimensions of the caudate lobe, and we can diagnose hypertrophy of the caudate lobe accordingly. Okay. There is a question about recanalization of paraumbilical vein seen with the linear probe. You don't need really a linear probe to see it, but we'll just see it here. The convex robe itself is sufficient to show the recanalized vein. So that is the paraumbilical vein that is coming up. In this it is not very much dilated, so the extrahepatic part we may not be able to see it properly. The second patient had very much dilated paraumbilical vein, and we could see it in a nice fashion. So that is it, coming out of the liver here. I think the viewers can identify. Here it is coming out, and then you can trace it. It will go up just below the abdominal wall, and you can trace it down up to the umbilicus. So for us, it is the extrahepatic part is not important. It is important to identify it within the ligamentum teres and the direction of flow into it. And that is the diagnostic feature of portal hypertension. Okay, we are done with this case. You have anything? Okay, one more case for you. Hmm.
If we see recognition of the paraumbilical vein and rest of the things are normal, what should be labeled?
You should just mention that finding and advice follow-up, because it takes sometimes time to get it closed.
And the direction of flow in collateral, it is always showing mosaic pattern.
It is not mosaic pattern actually. The collaterals are veins, and veins when they get dilated, they become tortuous. And as we had seen in that hepatic artery demonstration, tortuosity then can give that appearance of red blue pattern due to the undulating pattern of that vein. And then we can increase the PRF or check the angle and get the sample from where it is required to take.
So one more question is there. Physicity of portal is due to respiratory variations.
It is due to either yes, respiratory variation, as well as some cardiac factors are also important, and they also result in respiratory variation in the portal vein. Okay, we have a case. Mesentery. मेसेंट्री मध्ये ओके पाहून घ्यायचं पटकन ओके चल so one more case we'll just have a quick check whether we have got some additional finding other than demonstrated earlier. So he is a male patient. History. हिस्ट्री क्या है इसका? पेशेंट का फाइल लाओ. ओके हाँ okay, he is male patient, came with pain in abdomen, no other history. So we'll quickly see what are the findings, if any. So seeing the epigastrium here, left lobe of liver is normal. You can see stomach is full of water, probably he has drank too much water now. And yes, what is here is a heterogeneous pancreas. You can see throughout, head, body, tail. There are small anechoic areas in the pancreas. So this could be a chronic pancreatitis. There are a few channels there. So we'll see our area, vessels of interest basically. That is probably sphenic vein, this one. This is probably sphenic vein. Where is the confluence? That should be portal vein. We trace it back. Somewhere here is the confluence. It is little bit compressed. And what is there? The portal vein. Apparently there is something within the lumen of the portal vein. Yes. See this. This is confluence. There is thrombus in the portal vein. Portal vein here appears patent. Probably we'll see it from other angle later. So that's the case. We'll just check about the splenic vein and the SMV, whether they are also thrombosed or not. So portal vein thrombosis, splenic vein thrombosis is quite common in the cases of pancreatitis, and whenever you are seeing a patient for pancreatitis for ultrasound, even if it comes for ultrasound, just do a color Doppler to see splenic vein or SMV or portal vein to check the patency of them. So here, where is the splenic vein? I'm not able to find out. We'll just check. थोड़ा इधर सरको दादा, ऐसा सरको हमारे तरफ, सरको, हाँ बस. So we'll trace back from the portal vein at porta. That is portal vein at porta. Here we have come to the pancreatic head. This is, as we have seen, there is thrombus, probably chronic because the lumen has reduced. And then we follow this confluence towards this side, and there is again the splenic vein is not seen here. So our first impression is that the splenic vein and the portal vein is thrombosed. We'll check for the SMV. The SMV, again there is jumble of vessels and heterogeneity due to pancreatitis. So we see our other rule. We check for the SMA and SMV relation. That is aorta, the celiac trunk. That is SMA, SMV, little bit displaced to this side. This should be the SMV. Let us put in Doppler. Yes, that shows venous flow. We'll make a long section there and try to see where it is going. That is going there, and that is probably the portal vein. So there are, now we'll see our portal vein right from again here. Yes, increase the PRF a bit. So the caliber is reduced. The portal vein shows partial thrombus. What we had seen on B mode, there is partial thrombus here. Okay. Now we try to see once we identified that this is confluence, we'll go back and try to see whether we can see the splenic vein. That is the splenic artery, the blue one, because it is going towards away from the probe towards the spleen. The splenic vein is not seen till date. So we take it that it is occluded or thrombused. Okay, and probably there is collateral above. These are all collaterals. So we'll check whether the portal vein flow is normal or not. So this is the extrahepatic cause of portal hypertension, pancreatitis causing thrombosis of the portal vein. Portal vein is not showing flow, so check 1, 2, 3. We check our PRF. PRF was too high, We reduce the PRF and now we can see the portal vein flow. We can measure it now and do the angle correction. Change our probe position to get a correct angle. धीरे धीरे सांस लेना. A little bit pulsatile type of portal vein flow here. It is not phasic as we have seen in first case. We'll check it again. The minimum and maximum velocity variation is there. We'll quickly check the hepatic vein. Adjust the B mode, try to see. This is our hepatic vein. That is right hepatic vein here. Actually we don't need an angle here, we just need whether the flow is normal or not. We'll take some other probe position to see it in a better fashion. See here, giving better angle, and see the angle is reduced. If the Doppler angle is reduced, you get better Doppler pickup. We don't need velocity, so angle correction is not required. धीरे धीरे सांस लेना. You can do live also. For example, you can see all simultaneous or live, whether everything is live. You can see the vessel, you can see B mode. So this is good to see, but it reduces flow frame rate, and that time is cumbersome, but it reduces time on the other hand. So you have to weigh what is good for you and how you are suited to do the Doppler examination. So in this you know what you are sampling, and you can in real time change, like I am changing the probe position so that I am getting a better the only problem is the frame rate is reduced, and once you are sure, you can move it, freeze the B mode image so that you can get a better Doppler. So this is another technique to do Doppler. So here the hepatic vein again has more flow, or minimum flow has increased little bit portalization. So as such, patient has multiple findings. We'll just check for the spleen. थोड़ा करवट आ जाओ इधर हमारे तरफ, इधर इधर घूम जाओ, कडावर या कडावर, इकडे इकडे दादा, इकडे माझ्याकडे. It is said takes 15-20 days to 1 month to develop collaterals whenever there is obstruction. So even if the patient presents with acute portal vein thrombosis or splenic vein thrombosis, you may not see collaterals in an acute phase. हात वर ठेवा डोक्याजवळ. Again spleen is enlarged. All are branching. no significant collaterals. Okay, so I think we are done with this case. So this patient has pancreatitis associated with partial thrombus in the portal vein and collaterals, and hepatic vein has altered waveform. So with this we are done with the cases, and now we will move to the next part of today's session, that is the renal Doppler. We will have a short presentation on renal Doppler basics, and then we will have a demonstration again. एक मिनट इसको ऑन मत करो. Wait. Okay, sorry. We have some presentations from our students. Very quick, they will give they will demonstrate certain portal vein Doppler cases. Yeah, Dr. Shubham. On करूँगा.
Thank you, sir. Myself, Dr. Shubham, sir. Case number 1 is sorry of a mic. Case number 1 is 55-year male came with a complaint of pain in abdomen and loss of appetite. On B mode examination, there is image shows the left lobe of liver and the pancreas, and just below this there is a portal confluence, and the echogenic material is noted in the splenic vein just before the confluence. On color examination, this segment does not show flow on color Doppler. And the portal vein at porta appears normal with a velocity of 30 centimeter per second, and the final impression is complete echogenic material noted in the splenic vein just before the confluence, suggestive of complete thrombus in splenic vein just before the confluence. Case number 2 is 36-year came with a complaint of pain in right side of the abdomen radiating to back. On ultrasound examination, multiple right-sided renal calculi with incidental detector right portal vein thrombosis. On this image, B mode image, there is echogenic material is noted in the portal vein at porta, causing its partial occlusion. The another image of showing the same partial occlusion of portal vein at porta, and this is same image echogenic material in portal vein, and this one is also same. On color examination, the color is filling, on color Doppler examination, eccentric filling is noted in the portal vein at porta region. On the same region, we take on spectral Doppler, the spectral velocity is 70 centimeter per second was noted, and this is more than the normal at porta. And hepatic artery flow at porta shows 80 to 100 centimeter per second velocity, that is normal for hepatic artery, and the final impression is echogenic material is noted in the portal vein at porta, causing its partial occlusion, the partial thrombosis in portal vein at porta. And after treatment, the recanalization of the portal vein with normal flow is seen, that is toward the probe, that is hepatofugal flow in the portal vein at porta. Case number 3, there is a patient with 24-year male complaining of pain in abdomen and distension of abdomen with vomiting, and the patient is chronic alcoholic since 7 years. On ultrasound examination, it shows in epigastric view in transverse section, we see the pancreas which is hypoechoic and enlarged in size, and the just below this there is confluence which is which is hypoechoic, and there is some hypoechoic to there is some content which is seen in the splenic vein just before the confluence. On color examination, it does not take any flow. There is cine clip showing that the splenic vein does not take flow on color Doppler, which is not laying. Okay, there is problem in this. And the one more case is there, which I don't have any image, but I remember that there is one patient with pancreatitis, came with on ultrasound examination. It has a large, that is 220 cc pseudocyst in the arising from the head and body of the body region of the pancreas, and that it compresses the SMV, and just proximal to it there is increased velocity in the SMV that we might miss, frequently on examination. The sinus CV is working. There is uh, no flow in the splenic vein just before the confluence. That is complete thrombus in the splenic vein. Okay. Thank you. The next cases will show Dr. Rushabh.
Good morning. The next patient is 60 years male, came with complaints of pain in abdomen and distension of abdomen. Now here we can see at porta there is heterogeneous echogenic material, heterogeneous material noted in the porta, and there are multiple collaterals noted around it. Now at the cine clip of the same patient, this is, now here we can see there is anechoic to hypoechoic thrombus noted at the portal confluence and in the splenic vein, and here at the porta similar morphological thrombus is noted in the portal vein at the porta. So there was a complete thrombus extending from the confluence up to the porta, and there are multiple collaterals noted around the portal vein in the porta region and in the porta region and at the porta. The images of the same, here the B mode image which shows hypoechoic to anechoic hypoechoic thrombus at the portal confluence, and here there is color Doppler image of the same. There are multiple collaterals noted in the same patient. Now at splenic vein there were few collaterals, at the spleen there were few collaterals noted with dilatation of splenic vein. Here we can see there are few collaterals. Now the splenic vein is not thrombus, splenic vein is normal, and there are multiple collaterals noted around the splenic hilum. The next patient is 45 years male, came with chief complaints of distension of abdomen and loss of appetite since 15 days. Patient is chronic alcoholic since 20 years. Here we can see complete thrombus of the portal vein. There are periportal collaterals. Now here there is thrombus and there are collaterals surrounding this. Now we can see cine safe, the dual image. On B mode there is echogenic material noted in the lumen of the portal vein at the porta, and color Doppler examination does not show flow in the portal vein. Next patient, 60 years old male, came with chief complaints of pain in abdomen since 6 months, hematuria and increased frequency of urination and loss of weight. Now here we can see there was gross hydronephrosis with proximal hydroureter, mid part of ureter. Now here we can see mid part of ureter appears dilated and shows heterogeneous content within with multiple calcific foci. Now a B mode examination of liver shows multiple heterogeneous lesions in the liver. They were suspected to be metastasis. The patient had thrombus in the splenic vein up to the confluence. Here we can see the thrombus in the splenic vein up to the confluence. Thank you.
thank you Rishabh and Shubham for your presentations. So we move to the second part of today's session, that is renal Doppler.